Really rolling. What are you doing?
Oh, sorry, I was just on my gram. You know, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are keeping Archie's godparents a secret. And did you? Oh my God, 40%! Anyway, apparently 40% of home loan applications also got declined this year.
Today, we're going to take you through the exact steps you need to take as a home buyer for the first time in getting in the market and buying your first home. So Jaden, let's dive right in.
All right, Nathan, so I don't want to get my loan declined, like 40% of people apparently, links below, genuine. It's not a Facebook fact. But what are some of the steps that I need to take? What's the first question you need to ask if you're a first-time home buyer wanting to get a home loan?
The first question first-time home buyers need to ask themselves is whether they've got their deposit in order. Now, there's a couple of ways that you can work the deposit. One is by saving it, which can be the slow way, but the banks will want to see at least a 5% at a bare minimum deposit, up to 8% depending on the lender. So first way to get in the market is saving up a deposit. If you're buying for 500,
it's a slow way. Let's go the fast way.
Yeah, it is a slow way. If you're buying for 500,000, that works out anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000. First homeowners grant can be included in that. The second way is slightly quicker, whereby you get assistance by a family member. That can be either through a gift where they give you the deposit or a parental guarantee. Now, parental guarantee allows you to leverage the equity in your family member's home, whereby you'd need absolutely no deposit to get in the market.
Option number 3 is if you're a professional, if you're a sports person, if you're a doctor, or if you're Mariah Carey, if you're a television personality. A bit weird. Anyway, Mariah, hit me up, DM me below. Yeah, but you can get in with a 10% deposit with no lender's mortgage insurance, because it can potentially save you a couple of grand that way. But definitely the first step in getting a home loan if you're a first time buyer is working out how much deposit you've got and making sure you've got enough, because without the deposit, not much you can do. Now, so back on the guarantor option you mentioned before, are you going to get a higher interest rate if you're getting help from your parents as guarantors or guarantees?
Not at all. In terms of the banks, the interest rates won't change if you get a guarantee or put down minimal deposit. Once again, we do review all the lenders on our panel to see that we ensure that you get the best lending option available to you, but certainly not. That is not something that would happen there, Jaden.
Yeah, in fact, if you're using a guarantor, you might get a lower interest rate because in the eyes of the bank, you basically got a 20% deposit because the bank will put 80% against the house that you're buying and 20% against your parents' house. So it might work out well, even better.
So Jaden, I've heard about the first home buyers super saver scheme. Can I use my superannuation towards my deposit?
Yeah, kinda. So you can't just pull your normal superannuation out of your super fund and use it as deposit, but you can take advantage of the first home super saver scheme, FHSSSS, lots of S's. Anyway, the long and short of it is you can contribute extra money each month from your pay, which reduces your taxable income, into your super fund, and then you can draw that out at the end up to $30,000 and use that towards your savings. So you can use your super towards your deposit, just you can't pull out stuff that you've been putting in for the last 10 years. All right, Nathan, so we're still on deposit, but what about the first homeowner's grant? Can you actually use that instead of deposit or towards your deposit? How's that work?
So remembering you can utilize those funds towards your purchase. The banks do have something called genuine savings. So they like to see 5% of the purchase price saved up over a 3-month period or longer. Others will look at your rental history. Others will look at savings pattern. Remember, you can use the first homeowner's grant towards your deposit. However, that 5% genuine savings piece still needs to be met. So Jaden, I've got my deposit ready. I want to get in the market, but I know I've still got 6 to 12 months left on my lease. What do you suggest I do to get ready, and what should I be preparing myself for?
Yeah, so the best tip here is setting up a mock mortgage. In other words, if you're looking at buying a place for $500,000 and you know in 6 to 12 months you're going to have to get a loan for $400,000, for example, it's worth setting up now a sort of saving scheme or a mock mortgage where you pretend that you're making your $500 a week in your mortgage repayments, and you start and set it up now because A, the banks love that because they show that you've actually been making repayments in the equivalent of your mortgage before you've got it, and B, it's going to help you save a little bit more because you're going to be saving that $500 a week before you got your mortgage. Look like a hero.
Yeah, so especially in that scenario where you're going to be putting away $500 a week, if you're already paying $200 a week in rent, well, put $300 away. So you can get a bit of an idea on what it's going to feel like when you do get in the property and in the market, and you know it's going to be affordable. So you've got your deposit sorted, you've practiced your mortgage. Jaden, how do I decide on the home loan? What am I going to be looking at here?
Yeah, so to get the best home loan is really quite a personal thing. It's going to come down to your situation and what your personal goals are. So the best way to go about this is working out what your goals are for your first home. Are you looking at building? Are you going to get the first homeowners grant and build a brand new place? Obviously your requirements are going to be pretty different than if you're buying an apartment. Now we've covered that in some previous videos that some banks hate apartments. Some banks love them. Some banks don't even lend in certain apartment complexes. Others will lap them up and do it for a 5% deposit. So it's important to know those goals. The other one might be, hey, you might be buying a home to move in and live in for 12 months, but then turn it into an investment property. So knowing what your personal goals are and what you're wanting to achieve out of your home and out of your home loan are an important first step in working out and finding the best home loan for you. All right, Nathan, so I might know my goals now, but is a fixed or a variable rate better for me? How do you know what the better home loan option is in terms of the rate?
Yeah, I think everyone needs to take their own personal circumstances into consideration. Fixed rates are generally great because it gives you absolute stability. You know what your repayments are going to be for a set period of time. Typically, we see young families that have strict budgets in place.
Yeah, and in that circumstance, you might have someone that might be going off work in a little while. You might be thinking about having kids in the short term and you want some stability on your payments. And yeah, that kind of works. Otherwise, variable repayments are great if you have a lumpy income and you might get bonuses. You might be making accelerated repayments and wanting to smash that loan down in 8 or 9 years. So with fixed rates, you can't really do that. So again, it comes down to your personal situation. I guess the long and short of it is variable's great if you want to make extra repayments, you don't mind if there's a bit of instability there, and you want to take advantage of things like redraw, being able to make extra payments and pull them back out, and an offset account. And fixed are great if you want stability. No one's got a crystal ball and you don't know if the rate's going to stay down for a long time or if they're going to shoot up very quickly. So you don't want to get a fixed rate because you're taking a punt on the market. It's more around your situation and what you're comfortable with. That's it, guys. Hope you like the new office. Let us know what you think. Do you like the painting? Hopefully. If not, that's cool. Otherwise, if you've got some home loan related questions or just want to ask Nathan what he's doing on the weekend, that's cool. Hit us up at huntergalloway.com.au.